Alright, so I'm going to assemble this guy today, the Pumpkin King. Hammer on the way. The playfield here, I got all the parts here, so, by this afternoon I should be flipping it, maybe sooner. I suspect it'll take an hour or two to put everything on it. There's a bunch of paper I need to cut for the rails because I didn't actually make metal rails yet. I'll do that maybe next week, I don't know. But yeah, so this morning I'm going to assemble it, then I'm going to let my phone charge for half an hour to an hour, and then this afternoon we'll flip it. So cool. First thing I need to do is put T-nuts in, and I don't have a great banging table yet, so I tend to do this on the ground. Let's use that. Let's get this over here more. There we go. Now that'll be my floor table. That visible? Yeah, it's visible. All right. So I got a combination of 832 and 632 T-nuts. Hardware. So I'll start off with, I guess I'll bring them both over. So this is 832, this is 632. The 832 T-nuts tend to go on like the mounting brackets and the feet. I have a bunch of 832s actually around here for the bumper posts too. So they'll be there. Yeah, this is the bumper post, isn't it? If I flop this, that's a bumper post. This is not a bumper post. This is a standoff, so that would be 632. This is a bumper post. This is a bumper post. Yes, I think. Let's see. No, that's all right. Well, I'm going to start with 632 for the ramp poles. That way, I don't screw those up later on. So that is this one. And one way up here. side, these 6 are 832s. Any more 832s? These are 632s. This is for the flipper. And that's everything on this side, I think. Alright, let's go back to this side. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, I put these on the wrong side. Ha! These don't go on this side. Hang on. That was dumb of me because these things get mounted on the bottom. But they get fastened on the top. Or I mean, they get fastened on the bottom, is what it means. Then it goes through to the top. That's why I made these insets right here. These things. Now, back to the bottom. Alright, so these need to be 832s. They have bumper posts. 832. 832. 32, 832. This is, I think I'm going to not use one of these posts. Well, no, for consistency, I might as well. So I don't necessarily need a bumper, like a T-nut bumper post here because I'm not going to be mounting it with, or mounting a ramp onto it or anything. But I'm a little lazy, so I might as well do it. Okay. See, what are these other holes? That is a ramp mount, that is a ramp mount, so those are 632s. Ramp mount. Ramp mount. And yeah, this is a ramp mount also, based on where positions are. Sweet. Alright, on that other side, that post is a bumper post. Those two are ramp mounts. This is a bumper post, so this needs to be 832. This and this are ramp mounts. Yeah, this is a ramp mount. That's a ramp mount. Yeah, ramp mount, ramp mount. Ramp mount, ramp. Okay, those are all ramp mounts, so those are all 632s. use these little 3/8 inch screws to fasten things in. I need my drill, which is over here. this side, this front side, because they're all sunken in, for one. I guess I could put one right on these. No, that'll screw up the flat. They're all sunken in for one, and for two, no. Alright, so next step is to get the wood borders on. So for the wood borders, I tend to use these 1-inch screws here. And I mean, technically you probably should use like 1 1/4 inch, but I'm cheap. So for the wood borders, I'm going to stand this up more over this way. So I'm going to use this column here as like a stand-up point. And no, I can't put this on my rotisserie yet because I clamp the rotisserie on some of these border sections. So I got to get them on first, unfortunately. But I need a Phillips head, so I'll be right back. The screws for these wood borders need a P2, so that's what I got on this. And I'm not using this one because it has no handle. I value my hands. The back board is the first one I'm going to put on. Let's see, can you see everything over there without a problem? Yeah. The back board is the first one I'm going to put on because this is perfectly connected to the back and the edges, and then these other ones kind of line up with the back board. Oh, right. Before I do something dumb. I do need to pilot hold this, otherwise the wood will split. Of course, conveniently, I'm covering the first hole, so I need to move this over. There we go. This is flush with the back-ish. I'll be able to hand adjust that as I go. I need a drill tip as well, so I'll be right back. Drill tip. Ooh, wait a minute. I have to be smart. I forgot, I I have like a whole bunch of drills and impact hammers and things. So I don't have to constantly swap bits right now. That is wicked convenient. Wood is bowed a little bit, so I'm trying to push it down and line it up with the back as best as possible. That way when I screw everything in, it'll be more or less lined up. Too much. Yeah. Oh well. Yay, whitewood prototyping. The backboard. And then the same thing happens with the side rails. The right side rail on the right side. Okay, so this that doesn't have the little notch goes on this side. Bend this back down a little bit. I can dual wield. So this side with the little nook here, I know is on for the right side. Something I also do sometimes, which I'll do in this case because I have the real estate to do it, is I sometimes put holes from the backboard into the side rails, and I do have the real estate for this, so I'm going to do that. So this serves two purposes. This helps sure up the box more, and also if there's like bending on the side rails, which this one has, it squares it up. The only rail I haven't done is the in-lane, or the plunger lane rail, because I think that's still in my van. I'll do that later on. Let's get this thing on a rotisserie and start doing things with it. we got assemblies to do. What's that? I suppose this would be good. You'll be able to see the table a little bit. You'll be able to see the play field on the rotisserie. It's probably good enough. Alright, we are on the rotisserie. Woot! Whee! Alright, that was fun. Let's get the hangers on. That's the first thing. This is my last left hanger. I need to get more. Oh, I need, what you call it again. Alright, if you remember, I put 832s on this. You can see everything okay, right? Yeah. You can see everything alright. I put 832s on those hanger pieces. I am running out of 832 half inches though, so that's not good. Really? Really? What the hell? What's going on there? Oh, that's half in on the. Oh, Christ. See if I can Mickey Mouse this. Now that I know where it needs to go. No, alright, well that's going to be a pain in the ass. It's a little offset in the hole because remember I cut these holes too small. So this one in particular went in cockeyed. So I can't get this 832 guy in. I'll deal with that. Well, maybe I should deal with it now. Which one is it? This one. No, don't poke me. Yeah, see, I don't know. Some wood went into this, so I can't use this one anymore. Alright, I'm going to widen that hole a tick. Another T-nut, but I don't know where it went now. Oy. Maybe I left it over here. Oh no, here it is, right. That there, I'm going to start it. Can. Yeah. There. Okay. Now that's in place. Okay, crisis averted. I might as well tighten these other ones too, now that everything's good. thing that needs to be dealt with. I talked to Bradford before about his widening the front door, making it double.
Well, I'm getting one that's, I agree with that for sure. But the scissor lift will actually get a smaller one. Goes up to 20 feet.
Okay.
But, and we can bring it in through those doors. Problem is that other door in here. So what we wanted to do is arrange with you to bring the scissor lift through here, through that exit door there.
Yeah.
When, does Brad have a key to this, or?
Technically he does, but he needs to be here for it. Last time,
Yeah, I want him to be here.
yeah, when he had the electrician come in to deal with the,
Yeah.
what you call it, he cut the lock, and I'm like, dude, I don't
Oh.
know. I think he So he does that.
So no, we're literally going to bring it in. We're going to have it for a month.
Oh,
If you want to use it too, that's if you need it for anything. So, but
I'll
whatever.
work on it.
Whatever. Yeah, you look pretty organized today already.
Oh, shit, yeah, it looks to me to see it.
But,
Look organized.
no, we appreciate it. It's the only way we can get it into space.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, you know, funnily enough, that door is newish because I put it in there to close off space, and I wanted it to be double door. So when I asked Brad, hey,
That's a brick.
well, no, it's big enough for double.
Oh, okay.
But I asked Brad, all right, what's his name? Put the door
I
in.
see you have plywood. You have
Yeah.
drywall on each side.
And the price I was quoted, I thought, oh, that's the cost of double door. Well, no, it wasn't. I'm like, dude, Brad. But it is what it is, you know. Eventually, I might want to make it a double door if that makes sense, but it probably doesn't because I don't really want people to come through.
All right. Well, I guess we'll coordinate with Brad. Or
See you, man. I gotta rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, man.
What was that? I was looking for something, and I totally forgot what that something was. Oh, the auto plunger. I don't know where I put that auto plunger. Or auto shooter, sorry. Alright, I'll do the shooter later on. I was hoping to put the auto shooter right there, but c'est la vie. Oh, look at all these little nubs because there was something on the ground there with the hammering. Oh, ain't that swell. Anyways, let's flip. Let's put in the targets, the flippers, and I guess I don't want to put the post in yet. We'll put the targets and the flippers in, and then we'll flip it around and start cutting paper. Because for the rails, I need to do paper. So I didn't order targets when I ordered some parts the other day. I'm going to be using these things that I got from Aaron Davis. Eventually these are going to go into another Christmas countdown, but they're the little pinwheeler things. But I can use them here for the time being. So this. I have one square target, so this is the type of target I actually want to use, and I'll put it through there. This is actually supposed to be a rectangle target, but this is good enough for now. And all of these use half-inch sixes. nice little sets for all my screws and everything. So if I want 6 half-inch 6, I can just grab this. Versus the 8 half-inch or the 6 3/8 or whatever other size that I need. And obviously I need to buy some more because I'm running low. So I put only one side in on things like these. That way I can adjust it and make sure it's lined up. Because remember, I didn't do dimples on the bottom. And I'm not interested in hooking these switches up to actually score anything. They're just there to act as, can I shoot it? And they're there to act as, hang on, barriers so the ball doesn't go where it's not supposed to go. So, again, I only use one at a time. So I can adjust it afterwards. And that looks pretty good. Just looking through it. Okay. Those are the targets. That's what that looks like on the top. And the pumpkin will sit above all these targets. You know, kind of like this. And there's going to be more scenery that kind of covers around this, because I want a nice big turntable with leaves and everything on this, ultimately. Next, I'll put some of these, well, I can't put, well, I can put these posts in, and these things, okay. Pan head. Since this is in a pumpkin patch, we should probably use green around this, I guess, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't want to use the impact hammer for this at all. I think that's it for rubber posts. Well, actually, there's two more rubber posts I need to put on. This goes here. This goes here. And this, I can't put that one on yet. So some of these I can't put on because I'm going to have ramp flaps on under them, but the ones I can put on, I can put on. And actually, before I do that, I need to not be dumb and get a number 10 washer under there. A couple things I grabbed. I also grabbed these adjustment posts. This is going to go on the bottom underneath there before I forget. Let's put these washers on. These are actually number 8 washers because they fit the post really nicely. I'm apparently out of 1 1/4 inch pan heads, but I had 2 of them left, which is good enough. If I'm not a dink, go in here. Okay. Excuse my back for a second. These are the adjustment posts, which I'm actually going to change it to the Belly Williams slide style because I think the ramps are going to cover these up ultimately. And Marco has a single rubber slide style adjustment post, so that's what I'm going to use, and this needs to be in the middle. What am I doing? Alright, it's all good. I need to pull these things off from another game because, like an idiot, I forgot to buy some. I didn't realize I was out, so I'll be right back. I need 632, or number 6, I mean. Number 6, washers. That is not a 6, that is an 8. Yes, I know, mixed and matching posts, because I ran out of 632, top studs. But, whatever. Again, for whitewooding, it doesn't really matter. Missing one? No. That apparently didn't go in straight. Come on. Good enough, that'll keep it in place. Alright. Wait, actually I'm mounting something on this, aren't I? So I do need this to be a little more finalized. There we go. Now it's in. Alright, those are all in. Flippers, then rails. And Emily has arrived. Parts and tires. Parts, yeah. Hot off the UPS yesterday. Right. This yellow one is the upper flipper, which goes, and it lines up with those T-nuts. If I was smart, I'd use the X-Acto knife. But I'm not that smart. This one is this side. No. Yeah, this side. Yep, that side. So I can officially say this was filmed before a live audience now. This goes. I was hoping to catch you right before you started streaming. No, I said I was streaming at
10.
At 10. that goes there, that goes there. These go in the trash. I want to get this done. I'm antsy to play it.
No, man. No,
It's been 2 weeks, Emily. I want to play it.
that's what was happening to me. After I showed you that a couple nights ago, and then what you said, I took that and I was like, all right, I got to put this into SolidWorks. So I started going with it, and then I started doing some things, and then I'm just like, there's a couple things I don't know yet. And I wanted to
In what,
ask
SolidWorks?
you.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you don't know
I
yet.
know
man.
quite. There was some things I was like, well, first thing, I just was like, I want to make sure my playfield's the right size.
Yeah.
And I was going to see if you had the file for the one I've been working on. Because I was just like, as far as...
Well, when you legitimately start doing things in SolidWorks, I can give you access to my SVN repo.
Okay.
That has like all starter playfields and all these parts and things you can use.
There's a couple parts that I would need, but I was just messing around with the extrusions and just trying to figure out some things. Like, I need my hole this big. I want to make sure I have everything on my playfield in the proper spot before I have any geometry. I just need to know.
It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while.
The proper size.
It's not difficult,
No,
but it just takes a while to get in
like
the
I
flow
said,
of things.
Instead of using splines, and I would rather use the straight line method you were using in your stream.
Lines and fillets.
I was just like, that's so much easier. I'm like, what am I doing with all of this? And working in the comparatively, there's so many shortcuts that you were using that I was just like, I gotta put some more tools in my tool chest.
Emily, I'm using those shortcuts because I know what they are.
Well, exactly. That's my point. You know, and that's why you learn. You always learn. Keep learning.
So these are bolts for the T-nuts. And I pushed that all the way through like a fucking dingus.
When you do you pre-drill holes for posts? If it's not T-nutted, do you just put?
I put a dimple.
And how deep do you extrude? How deep do you cut down for a dimple?
Well, in SolidWorks, I usually set it to 1/16 of an inch. When I CNC it, I CNC it anywhere between 1.5 millimeters to 2.5 millimeters, depending. Like it depends what else is going on because I tend to put things in the same cut path, so I don't waste time and I'm lazy. You know.
How big generally are the switch slots?
Switch slots are 1/8 inch wide. You can go 3/32 wide. I do that sometimes, but it's usually 1/8 inch diameter and 1.5 inch long.
Flippers are a half?
Flippers are 1/2 inch, yeah.
Targets?
Depends.
Slim?
Like the thin boys. I mean, I have the component, so I base it around the component, but maybe like 1 5/8 by like either 1 depending on the target type, 1.5 by or 1 7/16. It depends. That's why I use that.
I drive the string. But generally speaking, how big is how, like in that was
If
the
I
other
were to
reason
do
I needed
a
to come
basic
into
1
that.
inch target, then you probably want it 1 inch by 1/2 inch rectangle.
For the hole.
Yeah. If you have multiples, then you can Mickey Mouse it, maybe make it 1 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch because you can stick them in and move them around, so you don't have to cut as much wood. And some targets sometimes, like Python, if he has like a 1 inch target across, he might have a 1 inch back cut, so you can put it in back and twist forward to go forward. So because you can kind of fit it in up and then turn, then you have more mounting wood for other posts and things.
I'll keep watching your streams, but do you use the shape that's already there, or do you make a square with the lines and then?
I make a square incline because it's all custom stuff.
Even with these,
These are slots.
just
There's a slot
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I used it on the stream the other day. So I don't know if this is going to be a full-size flipper or a short flipper, but I'm going to start with the full. If I need to Mickey Mouse it and change it, When playtesting, I will.
You're gonna alternate the Led Zeppelin ramps, just like they were supposed to be alternated.
What? Oh, okay. I put ramps in where I think makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Alright, I need the 3/8 inch socket. That is not 3/8. The one that's upside down, so I knew which. That's the 3/8 inch. I put it upside down so I would find it, and yet I still didn't find it. That is very much so me.
Now, when you design, do you have a set distance between the base of the playfield and the flippers, or is it depending on what you need?
Kinda, but that's only because I've done it a lot of times. There's a bunch of designs I'm doing now that don't have that.
There's another.
Which-
How many
I-
inches is it?
I don't know off the top of my head. What do you think I am?
No,
A dictionary of things?
No.
Don't answer that.
Pretty spot on about a lot. Tips you gave me on a virtual playfield the other day all were pretty good. And when like I said, I started putting it all in SolidWorks, and I was just like, oh, that's not gonna fit. You're right, that's not gonna fit. Let's put an orbit there.
And you, unlike me, you have the blessing of like a million machines right in your basement.
Well, that was key. Yeah, because I kept going down there, and I'm like, oh, well, I want to do something like this. Then I went down, and I'm like, oh, okay, Special Force has something like that. That has something like that. Let's see how they did that geometry. And I was like, all right, that's close. I don't want to do exactly the same things, but I was like, that's kind of like what I want. And to see it down there, yeah, it's nice. You're right.
Yep.
It is. And then to play it, you can kind of like fool
Yeah,
around
you-
with it if that's what you want.
Yep. Need more rubbers. Emily, I think I'm running out of rubber.
Yeah.
I think I'm running out of rubber, guys. Actually, here we go. I think I'm running out of rubber, guys.
Small ones.
No, these are the standard ones. These are the ones I had previously, and those are the other ones I got from Marcoid. What can you call it?
I like the flip through. Nope,
Well,
you know
I'll
what?
get it.
Forget it. One of those mornings.
Give me.
One and a half inches on the outline. Ish.
Well, it depends on how evil you want to be. If you really want to be an asshole, then yeah, 1.5 inches.
What are these? Ish.
1 1/4 or 1 3/16. Remember, the ball is 1 1/16, so you don't need a lot on the sides. The wider it is, the more hungry it's going to become, and the more your players are going to hate you. So you just need the entry point to be as wide as you want, and then the sides can be like whatever the fuck. Especially if you want a kickback, you really want it to be as narrow as possible, so the kickback doesn't wiggle all over the place, or the ball doesn't wiggle all over the place when it gets to the kickback.
So when you do the when an area of the playfield is stated, like this is how much you have, just say on like an AR or whatever, do you include where these side rails are, and then you put the side rails on as like a half inch,
It depends.
and it takes away?
It depends.
Okay.
Because if you have a mini playfield, like, I don't know. This is probably one that no one will recognize, right? No one will recognize this one. If you have your mini playfield and it goes right to the edge, and you have a metal rail that goes right on the edge, then you only lose 1/16 of an inch.
Well, yeah,
Right.
for the upper.
Yeah, or for the lower. Later Williams games and Stern games, they don't have wood rails on a lot of things. Sometimes they have just thin metal flat rails.
Yeah,
along the edge.
that.
And then
I
that saves
noticed
you.
that on a ballot.
Yeah, that saves you
In
7/16. Yeah, it saves you 7/16 on both sides. So now they've effectively, between that, the middle rail, and this, got back close to an inch, because there's still some wiggle space for that, right?
So it's not like just necessarily cabinet specs. It is to a point somewhat if you can finagle designer preference.
Yes, you can finagle designer preference. I mean, and at the same point, why the fuck are you putting a plunger lane over here? You could put it over here if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sometimes games have it in the middle. Like
Right in the
it's
middle.
like then you have full. It's like, but if you have it in the middle, if your ball's kicking out, now you can really only kind of do one ball. But if you have it in the middle and you go into a trough this way and it goes into like a popper type of thing, then you can have maybe all normal balls. It's really
You
designed
have to have a drop down at the bottom. Well, you do have to have a drop down at the bottom because of gravity, but you don't have to kick it out all the bottom.
Well, I mean, multimorphic doesn't have it at the bottom; it has it in the back. It kicks out in the back or some shit, right?
Yeah, I haven't played Portal. That some of those jumps look really cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully there'll be one at Fantastic in line this year.
Well, there aren't a lot around in general, so it's hard to get them
That's true.
at places. This goes back. Here, this goes back in. Here, this. This does not go through there, does it? No, it does not. But this is also not long enough, is it? No, fuck. I don't have the right length for that. No, wait. Yes, I do. What the fuck am I talking about? I am such an idiot. I thought I was running out of these fucking panheads, but I have a million of them because I was looking in the wrong bin. You know you have too many bins when you look in the wrong bin. You look in the hex head ones, not the panhead ones. This. So all you guys know, this right here is just a guide so the ball doesn't go where I don't want it to go. Whoops. I had low battery. Yay, my phone's gonna die again, and I'm not even most of the way through. Woot, woot, woot. Yeah, that sucks. I wonder how long that was low battery or labeled low battery. When it says low battery, it doesn't do any recordings really. It's just like frozen video. It really kind of ticks me off. Alright, so now the ball won't go where I don't want it to go. Okay, now comes paper time. So paper goes there. Alright, paper strips. I need scissors. We'll start off with this. Now I'm basically going to tape in orbits, following along where my dimples are. And it'll be close enough for testing. I need to do this now. I can't do it after the ramps because obviously I can't get my hands underneath this after the ramps get put on. less than 10%.
Nothing on the screen.
Okay.
I want to tap it.
Yeah, wait,
It is still going.
blank. Okay, good. Just making sure. That's all I wanted to know. Put that one on once I put that ramp in, which I should be able to put that ramp in a moment. This, come all the way around here. Yeah, and I can put that one on in a moment when I put that ramp in. Alright, I do need posts, so I did 3D print some things. As I forgot to buy some standoffs. I 3D printed standoffs. Problem is though, those standoffs are supposed to be for 632. Okay. 10% left, so I might need to switch over to shit audio soon. Anyways, I 3D printed some standoffs. Problem is, I wanted those standoffs to be for 632, but they're not. 632 goes right through them. But 832 works well, so I have the 632, 830 posts that I'm going to use instead. And because I don't want to waste any of my other posts, I'm going to use 3D printed single rubber posts for the middle. So this goes through there, goes into the post slot, and then this is going to go on top of that. Easy peasy. And ultimately, like, the plastic would fit on here between this and, you know, the aluminum post. So that's why I'm using these and not some other nylon standoff or anything, because those are different sizes than what I actually want to use. Of course I covered that one up. Oh, that has a...
Is there an upper plate here?
What?
No upper plate, right?
No. These are all for ramps.
Oh, right. Then that gets it up the next line.
my last post? That was my last post. Damn it! Alright, well, that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Okay, let's thread this one on. Oh, I do this by hand. That's stupid. There we go. Now comes a fun part. Ramp. Yay, ramp. So I need a 632 that goes right here. This mounts right there and it mounts on the side rails. And ramp. Huzzah. 632. This I can use hand power with. There we go. Alright, hey, so my phone died. Yeah, fuck you to my phone. So I'm on shit audio now, just so everybody knows. Yay, maybe I'll have good audio later on, but I want to get this done. Alright, so ramp is on. You guys didn't see me put the ramp on. Oh hey, there's actually people chatting. I have no fucking idea when people chat and don't chat because the stupid, well no, the whole Facebook thing doesn't say it. And this is now rotated wrong. Hang on folks,